Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm on my excuse me, on my lunch break again. This video is about choices. Now, it's like I got to start from another part to get to where I really want to talk about. Whenever I do lives and stuff, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. I'm not trying to gain anything other than just trying to spread information. What I'm really hoping for, because remember when I first came back from Nigeria, I was on this tip about unity and how do we get there and what do we do to get there. So I'm just giving you a little background. Like I said, I'm not here to try and tell anybody what to do. I'm trying to get people to think about things. I'm trying to drop a little seed here, there, and everywhere in order for you to even if you're in massive amount of people or whatever, but when you sit and have food for thought, I'm trying to get that to happen. So, I'm talking about changing the world. How do we change the world? With love. So if you look at what we've got going on right now in this world, there's a lot of, and I keep talking about consciousness. My last video was dealing with consciousness and are we conscious people or beings? Now, if you look at the world at large, you can see that there is people reacting to a lot of things that's been put out there unconsciously. So basically, the sum total of what this world is going on with right now, with all the destruction, all the mass chaos that's going on, this is a sum total of our collective consciousness being manifested in this world. Now, regardless of if you understand that or not, a lot of people have just come into this space, understood, seen what's going on, and just gone with the flow of what it is. Now, when I ask about choices, are we actively making conscious choices in order to bring about things that we want to do? And the reason why I ask this is because it all deals with your intent. What is your intent behind the choices that you make? Now, if you think about your life and choices that you've made, some have been good, some have been bad, and, you end up with whatever you end up with. Like I said, if you look at your life, if you're in a space of you needing to heal, you needing to purge, and you needing to heal, some of the thoughts that you've had or some of the choices that you've had have put you in a space where you've needed to be healed. And that goes for everybody. We've all had to do this. So now I'm saying, how do you make choices that put you in a space where you don't always have to be in healing, or you don't have to go back to correct those choices, you know what I mean, via healing or via purging or letting go and releasing stuff? Where do you get to? And the reason why I'm saying this is you have to have intent. What is your intent? Right now, my intent is to raise the vibration of this planet via love. That is my intent. So with my intent being in that, consciously, my mind is thinking about what do I need to do in order, or what information do I need to gather in order to make that my reality. So information comes to me in order for me to be aware of that. And the information that is trying to come to me, giving me choices out of how do I express that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't think we are totally conscious of the choices that we make in regards to the reality that we're living. So in order to have a higher vibration of choices, we have to think that way. We have to think on a higher vibrational space in order to have other choices come to us in order for us to pick from another space. I know this kind of sounds weird, but these are the things that are coming to me now, because I'm like, okay, how do I do this? How do I change the vibration of love? How do I transform this world with love? How do I do that? And you got to break it down bit by bit. And like I said, so with choices, the choices that we have, the choices that we take of right now is from what we see is our reality. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't think that they have too many choices when you've got, it's bloody hot now, I couldn't burn it. People think that, when it comes to the political spaces, you know, a lot of us don't think that we have too many choices in that realm. But if you understand that they've made it this way, that your choices are slim picking, because they don't want you to understand that you have much more power when you understand that you have more choices. But as long as they keep you in a space where you're limited or your choices are limited, that's all you think you can pick from. And like I said, the only way you can change the limits of your choices is with your intent. What do you intend for your life? What do you intend to happen? What do you intend to want to happen in your life? And like I said, my intent is, how do I change the vibration of this planet with love? How do I do that? And like I said, the only way to do that, how do I do that, is by changing my choices. Changing my choices to reflect what it is that I want to do. And like I said, the only way that happens is if you have true intent. What is your intentions? What is the intentions behind you doing anything in this world? The way you do that is you consciously ask, what's your trajectory of where you want to see things to go? And if you can focus on that, now how you get there is another question, you know, but the divine gives you the information or the knowledge in order for you to choose what you want to where you want to go. I know this sounds kind of topsy-turvy, but for real, if you really understand, look at what we're dealing with right now. Look at what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a whole lot of chaos. And this is a whole bunch of people thinking about this and choosing stuff out of this chaos and thinking that this is all that they've got. You want better, you got to think better, you got to choose better, you got to choose with a higher quality of choices or a higher quality of situations to choose from. And the only way to do that is to have the intent of where you want to go, the intent of what you want to achieve, the intent of what you want to bring about. And the reason why I'm saying this is that's where you get better choices from. What is your intent? If your intent is to have a better world, then information is going to come to give you choices to pick information to bring about a better world. If you're just thinking about, oh, woe is me, life is grim, everybody's dying, the police are brutality, and, you know, slavery is this, there's still this, you're going to have choices that's going to pick out of that. And that's all you're going to have. So you have to be conscious enough to raise your vibrations by thinking better about what you want. I keep saying this about the unity and about the love, but it's serious. You want to change the vibration of stuff, you have to be conscious enough to vibrate at that energy that you're trying to create. And if each person is doing the same thing, that's how you change the energy of what's going on. It didn't get this way without people intending for it to be this way. I think there was one, you know, in the I know this is dealing with slavery right now. In the 17th century, I think it was, and don't quote me on this because I am not an American historian. I'm not. But from what I remember, I was told that in the 17th century, they created this thing where how do you break down black people? How do you break down the mentality of people? Well, you have to, separate them from their family. You have to separate them from the unity in order to, and then kind of demasculinate the man. You have to do a lot of things in order to do that. Now, this took, it was a gradual process, but it took time to do that. But you see, over periods of time, and they was conscious of doing that, over periods of time, they was able to break down that structure in order to implement what they wanted to implement. And their implementation from the 17th century is still going on now. So you see, if your intent to do something is great enough, you can cause mass destruction. Henceforth, the world that we're living in right now. So I'm saying, if you have conscious choices with intent to create better, you can do that, or we as a collective can do that. But we have to do that with conscious choices. You know what I mean? And them conscious choices coming out of the thought of intention. The power of intention is magnificent. The power of intention, you put the intention out there, you don't have to figure out how to do it. Just think about the things that you really want to achieve, and you'll see the universe, source, your ancestors, the divine, the spiritual realm, give you the tools, give you the information you need to bring about what you're intending to happen. It happens. it happens on small scales because there's a lot of people that understand these dynamics. But as a mass scale, we've not done it because nobody thinks about that. Nobody thinks about the choices that you make create the reality that you live. So if you want a greater and better reality, you got to have bigger and better choices. And where do you get bigger and better choices from? From your imagination, or you imagining your intent of what you want to see or what you want to live. So I'm just saying, food for thought. Think about it. Think about what is it you want? How do you create that? How do we create a better world? It has to start from somewhere. It ain't just something where poof, one day we wake up and it's all changed. No, it's something that we have to do individually, that collectively coming together, it changes the vibration. So, like I said, choices, it may seem like it's neither here nor there, but it's big things when you're talking about changing life as we know it, changing the trajectory of where it's going right now. You know what I mean? We have to do better, and we have to be conscious of that fact individually in order to collectively make that change. And it can happen, and it will happen, because the universe doesn't do nothing for no reason. They don't bring information for no reason. So it is happening. So the information that I get, because I ask for this every day, I ask for, what can I do? What can I give? What can I say that can assist the planet on changing the vibration through love? And so these little pieces of jewels that I see, that I get, that kind of blows my mind when it makes sense to me, I'm giving it in these little videos. So I'm going to pause it there, because that is Lafia, Your Grace. I'm going to pause it there because that's just it for now. But please, understand, your choices can make or break this world. As small as you may think it is, your choices, and collectively our choices, change everything. If we don't want the politicians and all of that lot in there, then it's our choices that make a difference. And I'm not just talking about voting. I'm talking about our choices, the way we want to see the world, the way we intend for it to be seen, the way we vibrate for it to be seen. It's our choices that make those changes. So again, food for thought. Even if it's a small thought and you've never thought about it before, just think about it. You have to be conscious of your what was the word I just said? You have to be conscious of your intentions in order to manifest what it is that you want. When you have an intention set, and it is a great intention, the information will come in order for that space to be manifested in your world. But you have to have that intent, and then in that intention, those choices to bring about that intention will come to you. But you have to be conscious of that fact. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, because I think I keep saying the same thing over and over again, because I don't want them to be too long. But yes, I love you, and like I said, the vibration of love is what I'm bringing to change the world. Even if it's one person at a time, through me, through he, through she, through whoever. That's how I'm going to do it. But anyway, love you all. Take care. Peace out.